on those unanswered questions. So now I'll make a dream unchained. Then my heart brave and spread the wings, soaring past the night to trace the primal light. Let the clouds heal me of the stains till they wipe the sorrow off my life. I dream.
All right. Where is everybody?
Let my heart break and spread the wings, soaring past the night to trace the primal light. Let the clouds heal me of the stains,
How are we doing?
the sorrow of my life.
Sky's here early. There's Sky. How's it going? Oh, it's time for the final Penacony story patch. The epilogue, if you will. That transitions us into 3.0, apparently. And apparently this patch is shorter, so I'm going to try to do this in one sitting today. Alright. Before we get into it, before we get into our final Penacony story patch, let's take a moment for one more White Knight. Time for the Conipeno story patcher. Yes. Alright. This is like the last or second last time we'll be watching this because I might play it at the end.
I want you to show me the fantasy.
God, Penacony has been so good. Like, regardless of my whining about bloat, this has been so good.
Even on my playground, you and me.
Oh,
I thought that dream could
I don't know how Amphorius is gonna beat this.
Oh, be my savior, take me away. Take me away.
The location, the story, the cast has been phenomenal. Like, an absolutely amazing group of characters. Everybody in Penacony has been awesome. Love them all to death. Don't wanna be alone tonight. Head to the other side. Reminds me of a Justin Bieber song. Oh, I just realized it was all cropped like shit for you guys, unfortunately. We'll fix that on the... We'll fix that in the rewatch later. Alright, we'll save that for later. There. Okay. Let's get booted up. There we go. Oh, 2.7 time. I've been kind of excited for this one. This is like the first patch in a little while I've been like looking forward to. Because it's got a couple characters I'm interested in. Nope. Let's swap the team over. Burning Dream. There we go. Let's full heal up. And oh, the Clocky statue has stuff for me. Let's teleport there and go grab those rewards right quick.
It's still early. Where to now?
Time of waste money, buddy! Remember to bring more next time!
All who wakes. It's been a while since you awoke from the dream. Staring into the deep sky, you think back on everything you've gained from your adventure so far and begin to grow excited for your next trailblazing expedition. Outside your window, the mysterious air of your destination piques your... Hold on, why are we still on Penacony? Looks like it's time to discuss your upcoming trip with the rest of the crew. Let's see a story recap.
The clock winds back to the start of the journey to Penacony. The Astral Express, upon invitation from the Watchmaker, heads to a cosmic vacation spot, the Reverie Hotel, for a banquet. However, in this sweet dream paradise, they unexpectedly become entangled in two bizarre murder mysteries. A grand struggle for a legacy begins. Numerous factions enter, one after another, acting in response to the situation. The family hosts also plot to capture the Watchmaker with this opportunity and ensure the Charmony Festival takes place as scheduled. A confrontation between the Emanator of the Nihility, Acheron, and IPC representative Aventurine becomes the turning point of the entire event. The latter, through a grand death, shatters the family's lies and reveals the existence of the primordial dreamscape, Dreamflux Reef.
Yep.
The Express crew thus delves into the heart of the situation. Here, Gallagher reveals to everyone the truths about the Dreamscape, the Stellaron, Mikhail, and the other Nameless. They finally uncover the legacy of the Trailblaze, and, in doing so, receive a glimpse from the Harmony.
Which is what gives us
To
Harmony
fulfill the
Trailblazer
wishes of their
form.
predecessors, everyone heads to the Penacony Grand Theater with the intention of sealing the Stellaron. However, they are forced into a deadly battle against Sunday, the head of the Oak family, who is aligned with the Order. This great battle concludes with the fall of the Order once again. The future of Penacony remains uncertain. However, thanks to the mediation of the crew, the family and the IPC agree to cede some of their interests and reach a consensus. Penacony regains the right to determine its own destiny. In the very end, Sparkle makes a grand return with a startling bombshell. This crisis is ultimately resolved amid spectacular fireworks. With everyone receiving their own best ending, the tragicomedy of the sweet dream comes to a close.
Or so we believe. Alright, let's go. Oh, this is one of the new parts of the train. I haven't been here yet. Boot Hill, what are you doing here?
Haven't had such a strong tasting drink in a long time. It's more intense than a smoke.
Hey, Wyatt. How's it going? Could it be coffee?
Yes, this coffee was specially brewed by Miss Himiko. It's bitter and spicy, and it even makes my throat numb. It's more addicting than chewing bullets.
I'm glad he's getting off the
Many people
booze.
say coffee keeps you awake. So, for a while, whenever I had to take care of a little fudge head, I'd look for a spot and have a few cups to keep my energy up for the next one. But those little thugs were too weak. The coffee didn't work as intended and kept me up all night instead. This lasted for quite a while.
Prepare to lose sleep tonight, too.
hate staring into space at night. How about tonight we spar until daybreak, huh? What do you think?
I like the sound of that. Alright, so this is Pom Pom's little rest up spot. I do so enjoy that we have our own bar now.
Trailblazing must welcome home, dear Nameless.
I would like a drink. Something tasty. Ooh, that's a really pretty design. Alright.
Amphorius, the eternal land.
Don Hung, where's your voice lines?
Yeah, that's what Miss Black Swan
What's he say? There's no record of this world on the databank, not even mention of its name.
said. It's a world hidden away from outside observation, with a presence only revealed by the light from the mirror of the Garden of Recollection. It's mysterious, all right. You haven't been with us on the Express very long. Will the journey be too much for you to handle?
Nah, it's no sweat. Himiko, what? Himiko doesn't have voice lines either? What's going on? There's no need to be nervous. I understand that it may be difficult for us today to wrap our heads around the idea that there's a world Akavili didn't venture into, but a journey like that was only routine to the Express crew back then. After all, to trailblaze is to explore the universe's boundaries.
We should consider Pom Pom's opinion too. They don't know we're considering Amphorius as a destination.
Wait, you didn't tell the fucking conductor. Okay. Sure, I'll take care of it. That said, Pom Pom usually stays out of discussions about destinations. The final decision will likely still be on us to make. In that case, we best take the time to think this over.
Plus, even if we pass Amphorius over, we've still got a fuel problem to solve.
Yes. That's what I thought too. Alright then. For now, I'll let Miss Black Swan know that we're considering the Eternal Land as a destination. Seeing as how this is going to be an unusual adventure, it'd be good for us to take some time out to make preparations for the journey. Meanwhile, I'll see if I can't find out more about Amphorius from our allies before we depart.
In other words, we won't be leaving Penacony anytime soon.
Womp
Or
womp.
we could also revisit our previous stops to make sure that the astral charts and navigation routes are all functioning fine. I wonder if the hole in the Tychean Stadium has been repaired.
The Express has been on the go almost the whole time since we left the space station. We've barely had any time to catch our breath. Let's take this as an opportunity to wrap up our vacation instead, and make the most out of this break. This moment, people still haven't expected this vacation to be so fulfilling. They will witness the grand Xianzhou war dance, and during this moment of leisure also... Oh, wow, they're kind of... Those they will meet again include not only friends, but foes. So they're kind of just breezing over the war dance on the side. Okay. Several weeks later. So this is post-war dance, it would seem.
Creating chaos is also a means of maintaining social stability, if you ask me.
If you have the time for mindless gossip, you're probably better off spending it on getting actual work done.
They say this is all part of ongoing investigations. But is there even any point to doing this? The threat's long been neutral. They're just putting on a show. I mean, look at this. This sudden surge in inter-family cooperative efforts. It's nothing but a pretense for those outsiders, isn't it?
Sounds like you've got insider intel. Now I'm curious. Are the stories going around true? Was the furor that broke out a while ago really a result of trouble within the Oak family?
Those are some difficult questions. Didn't I just say that creating chaos is also a means to maintaining social stability? Now, who knows who's been fanning the flames? But there are a dozen rumors going around out there, each one more outlandish than the last.
We haven't really seen a lot with the Nightingales, have we?
Those.
I don't recall.
Conspiracy theories about how the IPC had orchestrated everything and... what was it again? That the chaos was only quelled because of an accident? Makes no sense. So what's the lowdown?
Oh, the truth has probably been long buried under all the hearsay. All I can say for sure is that someone's taken the rap for it.
You mean the former Oak family head?
Bingo.
Yeah,
Most of
there
the
he
blame
is.
was pinned on him when the Charmony Festival was abruptly cancelled. Since then, not a single soul's seen him.
Because he was being interrogated by the
Forget his
IPC.
whereabouts. Nobody even knows if he's still alive.
He made a deal with Jade, I
Not
believe.
that scary. For all we know, we might have watched something go down in history, like what happened to the Black Plum family back then, without even realizing it.
I've heard another theory about that family head, though. I beg your
There he
pardon,
is.
sirs. Dreamweavers are carrying out inspections on the routes around here, and all affected facilities have been closed off. Kindly take a detour in the meantime.
What happened? Is this because of the Stellaron? Jeez. Are we Penaconians never gonna dream in peace again?
Who is that? Oh, that voice is gonna kill me now.
There is no cause for alarm, sir. The Stellaron has already been sealed. This is just a routine
Using the
inspection.
telephone pole to hide him.
Move to heighten security, if you will.
Or the street lamp, whatever.
Please rest assured that the family will do everything in our power to protect the sweet dreams of every guest.
I see. We'll leave the two of you to your work then.
Excuse me, sir. Have we met before?
Oh. Do you recall when or where we might have met?
Why does he still have the power of the Harmony? Or is it the Order, technically? Why does he still have that grace, though?
My bad.
I feel like that
Must
would have
be
been taken
mistaken.
away from him.
Sorry
wouldn't
about
it?
that. Sweet dreams to both of you, sir.
Why would Shibe allow that? Okay.
You sure have a knack for stirring up trouble. Of all the routes available, you had to take the one that Bloodhound's keeping watch over.
We shouldn't run into any problems with you around. Even if they see through the Harmony's power of disguise, there'll be a way for us to escape.
Spare a thought for me, will you? Just being in your company is plenty enough to get me into trouble, Mr. Prime Fugitive of Penacony.
And that is exactly why I need you with me. You're the only one I can rely on in Penacony now.
The only one you can rely on, huh? What about her?
At least, she was spared from the consequences of my actions.
What a shame, huh?
Why do you say that?
Just thought that being mean might be more effective than consoling you. I've seen plenty like you, eager for everyone to take you to task after a setback because that's the only way you'll feel better. As though the more they condemn you, the more likely you can rectify your mistake. That said, if I'd really wanted to hit you where it hurts, I'd use a different approach. Like a show of sympathy, for example.
You're right. I won't deny that.
She should still be in Penacony. Aren't you going to look for her?
That won't be necessary. I'm sure you already know why, considering your vested interest in reading my thoughts. I can't bring myself to see her when I'm a fugitive.
All right, then let's keep going. Helping a fugitive return to their home. So exciting.
see 2 bloodhounds. They appear to be on official business, unlike the pair from earlier. What's happening at Ideen Park?
Hey! Hey! In case you didn't notice, I can't see anything.
My apologies. I forgot that you're not very tall.
Remind me, why do I have to make this trip with you again?
We've been through this. You're the only one I can turn to now. Besides, we once lived a cat and dog existence. Embroiling you in my affairs won't weigh on my conscience.
You certainly don't have much of one if you can bring yourself to say something like that.
Yet you will repay this favor all the same. After all, you're only alive today because of me. You owe me.
Why is he
that
wearing
much.
rings over his gloves?
Holy moly! Can you get any more conceited?
When you were abandoned in the wild and near your end, I showed you a way to survive and helped you escape the jaws of death. When you were at your wit's end and felt lost about your future, I did everything within my power to help you safeguard your position in the family.
Okay, I get it already. You have a way with words, I'll give you that. Still, it's one thing to repay a favor, quite another to knowingly put myself in harm's way. I don't understand. Why are you hell-bent on going back to Penacony? Is this an IPC mission? Did they make you a deal? You can have your freedom back, but in return you must turn against all whom you once called family or something like that?
Regrettably, Lady Bonajade didn't drop so much as a hint about it.
Go now. You are free, O Chosen One, who dare to exceed his bounds. Sever your wings, descend to the mortal realm, and walk their lands. See what this world is truly like.
I will not accept your charity.
As I mentioned earlier, it's a trade, and you don't have to give me an answer right now. Rewards are not reaped in a day, and if there's one thing I'm best at, it's waiting. The sweet dream still continues, and the night is still long. You have plenty of time to contemplate your answer.
She only left me with a most intriguing message before setting me free. As for whether I can afford the price of my freedom, I'll only know when I find out what it is.
But nothing good ever comes out of being in the IPC's debt.
I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. For now, there's still some time before that payment is due. So why not exercise the right to freedom that I've just regained?
By walking straight into a trap?
Or by making amends for past deeds. When it's time to go, this will be farewell for good. So, before I leave Penacony, I'd like to take some time to look back on all the events that have taken place.
Can't you just look back on it from a distance?
There's something else I want to do too. The embryo of philosophy may have fallen, but the order in Penacony wasn't built in a day. This sweet dream is likely to still contain residual traces of the Oak family's influence.
Get off your high horse. The other 4 families are more than capable of working things out on their own.
I might have gone astray, but others shouldn't have to clean up after my mistakes.
Then you should also know that the IPC isn't gonna help you a second time. If you fall into the family's hands again, you're done for.
You know how it is. Old habits die hard. The tie should be on the center line. The shirt must not protrude from the vest. Trouser creases should be perfectly straight, and always aligned with the tips of your shoes. We should always ensure that everything is in order before walking out the door. The same applies when bidding my home farewell, too.
Fair enough.
What has Ideen Park got to do with you? Don't tell me that the Founder is one of your disguises.
I'm not that old.
Oh, come on. Take a joke, will you?
Sorry.
but park facilities are out of order. Refurbishment works are currently underway. Please come back again later.
It's Welt.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's Welt.
I'm aware of the situation. You can skip the report.
What? What are you talking about? I mean... Mr. One Week, please excuse me. I should have recognized you earlier. I must be more tired than I realized.
I want to know what's going on in there. You'll tell me, won't you?
There's nothing much to say, actually. We Bloodhounds are just as baffled as you are. My guess is that it's simply part of the aftermath of the Stellaron incident.
Aftermath?
You are?
Renowned workaholic, Mr. Workday. He works for me. You don't know him?
Oh, I see. Pardon my ignorance, sir. Coming back to the topic of the park, let's just say that it has been recently observed that certain behaviors are not tolerated around here.
What happens if you violate the prohibitions?
It's baffling, but corrective measures will be taken. It's kind of difficult to explain. Maybe you'd like to see for yourself?
Yeah, that works. Can you keep watch over the entrance? We'll go in and have a look for ourselves.
Please take these notes with you. They may come in handy.
What
You
is
shouldn't
going
have
on?
said that just now. It'll only make us look suspicious.
Said what?
Mr. Workday?
I was just telling the truth. I've always found this name to be more suitable for you. So, why are we here? You managed this park before?
You could say that. I was still a child back then. To become the bronze Melodia of the Oak family, I'd gone under Mr. Gopherwood's tutelage. We were taking a walk in the park like any other day, when he suddenly hit on the idea to have me manage the park. Within the domain he demarcated, my every word would hold the force of law. In hindsight, that was probably the first time that I enforced order.
You rose through the ranks soon after. I take it that you must have done a pretty good job.
Quite the contrary. I made a terrible mess of things. Fortunately, the tourists thought of it as nothing more than a spell of merrymaking.
Was that his way of training you?
Perhaps he was just using an approach with lighter consequences to show me what he'd learned in life. That there is never an ideal paradigm when it comes to rules. If the enforcer is incapable of introspection, then even regulations once laid down with the noblest of intentions will eventually become defiled. This place is no exception. The distorted after-echoes of the Order will only add to the chaos.
Let's see what we have on these notes.
No consumption of food other than burgers, especially ice cream. Yeah. The cast and crew members are allowed on the stage. Be kind to birds. Do not discard trash in trash cans.
No consumption of food except for burgers. What? Be kind to birds.
Looks like some rules weren't distorted. That's a word-for-word account of what I said back then.
Did you make this rule because your sister is named Robin?
Get jump scared by an ad?
No, it was for Mr. Gopherwood. He used to stop by the park to people watch and appreciate the vibrancy of life. This was his way of recharging whenever things wore him out. I wanted him to rest undisturbed.
Okay, so it was just that one that was kind of... Alright, yeah, but what's the deal with the ice cream here? I know they can
No
talk or
consumption
something.
of food other than burgers, especially ice cream. Please tell me you didn't make this rule.
I have nothing against desserts. The only reason I made that rule is so that people can learn to wait in line in an orderly manner for things, instead of shoving and jostling people around.
What happens if I break the rule?
It's as the Bloodhound said. Corrective measures will be enforced.
Huh. Try me.
Wait, don't...
Okay.
Ah. Huh. So, where are those corrective measures?
That's odd.
Didn't I tell ya? The family can take care of the issue without you having to get involved. Next on the list is the stage. Let's go and check it out. Only cast and crew members are allowed on this stage. A surprisingly reasonable rule.
And an easy one to test. Neither of us is part of the cast or a crew member. Let's try it out.
Huh?
Let's try that again.
Okay.
What's going on?
Guide those who have lost their way back onto the right path. Looks like this is an example of the corrective measures that the Bloodhound mentioned. It's exactly what I would have done back then.
You've been iron-fisted since you were little, haven't you? Wait a sec. If this is how violations are corrected, then everything that I ate just now?
I tried to warn you.
Oh. So is that like a drunkard commonly seen by the sidewalk? So the guy wasn't drunk, he was just eating ice cream.
Now, I'm feeling murderous.
In any case, say what you will, but I can't
That's
sit by
awesome.
and do nothing.
That's so funny.
Not when I'm the cause of all this trouble in Ideen Park. There's no need to involve the Dreamweavers. I'll fix these distortions once and for all.
What's the plan?
Nothing complicated. All distortions have their roots. We'll be able to trace them to the source once they manifest. Breaking a few rules will do. We just need to make sure that the corrective measures that will be implemented aren't too much for us to handle. When a distorted after echo manifests to correct us, I'll be able to pinpoint its whereabouts. Then, I'll use the power of tuning to heal the dreamscape.
So, can I take it that rules are meant to be broken now?
Trash can!
Do not discard trash in trash cans. This is absurd. Did you make this rule too?
Children tend to be fascinated by such paradoxes. I was no exception.
Forget it. I don't even know how to joke about this. Well, what do you suggest we throw in?
Anything will do.
Something's happening. Huh. What is this? A woodcutter's trash can?
We're not breaking enough rules. We should look elsewhere, too.
Please do not use Soul Glad bottle caps sold by the Dream Jolt troupe while experiencing the attractions. The Dream Jolt troupe, where? Are they hiding or something? Oh, there it is. Found a good hiding spot, didn't ya? Come on, let's buy some bottle caps from it.
Just one moment.
Let me translate that for you. Who are you trying to pay with your spare change?
Ugh. I'm afraid you're going to have to handle this if it isn't enough.
Handle this? Handle what? Wait, is that really all you've got on you?
May I remind you that I am currently on the run?
Whew. Luck's on our side. Looks like we scraped together just enough. Shall we give this capsule machine a try and see what happens? Nothing's off so far. Maybe we should open the capsule?
Shouldn't have done that. Oh no.
They can't be seriously going that far, right? Oh, no. Hey, look out!
Until everything burns to ashes! Set the seas ablaze!
Rhythm, the mood is set. Let the show begin!
There's more to life. Eternal. Enjoying yourself? Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind. Fight to live! This is set to the seas ablaze!
Rhythm get messed up. The mood is set. Let the show begin!
Alright.
Nice like a good friend. Indulge yourselves!
Still the same old.
Fight to live!
There we go.
Oh, did they have to do that? They could have just recalled the capsule.
Perhaps making the attractions no longer just attractions is another corrective measure?
Ugh. Aren't the rules being too finicky with words?
Enough. The location of the distortion is nearby.
The after echoes of order, once distorted, only add to the chaos as a tuner. Sunday can easily discern the harmony of distortion.
Oh, there it is. Huh. It does look somewhat like you.
Time for it to disappear for good. Reveal thyself unto me, as is customary. All creatures endowed with eyes bear souls of equal worth.
Whoa. It worked. The IPC totally should have sent someone to keep an eye on you. Aren't they worried that you might make a comeback in Penacony and grow a new pair of wings?
So long as there remains a need for me to keep a low profile, I'm no threat to them.
That's true. Come to think of it, you had always been in the spotlight, be it as a respected member of the elite or a leader. When was the last time you fell into the mud? All the way back during your childhood days?
Sometime before I turned 6. Like most boys would, I tried to fly with my ear feathers, only to fall into a pit. I almost broke my halo.
That was sarcasm, in case you didn't realize. But whoa, you actually remember something like that?
You never forget times of failure. It's only human nature.
Ugh, you're probably the only one who'd consider something like that a failure.
Between Pledge and Forgottens.
What is it this time?
Just looking back.
But nothing's there.
That's the whole point of revisiting a place. When I look at everything here, the memories are so fresh, it's as if it all only happened yesterday. When the younger me tasted failure here, I ran myself ragged to fix the mess. I thought myself no longer the same person as before. But it looks like I was just going round in circles. I'm glad for this chance to look back on my past in this way. Come now. We should go. This will be a long farewell.
So, where are we heading next?
OT Mall. There are bloodhounds stationed along the way, though. It might be better to take a quieter route.
I don't mean to meddle, but I
Oh.
advise you to stay away from that place.
Huh.
Did something happen?
There isn't any concrete information yet, but anomalies have been reported around the area. The family is currently investigating. You okay?
Huh.
I'm fine. The Stellaron incident may have been quelled, but who is to say that nobody has another agenda? Thanks for the tip, sir. We'll make a detour. May you stay safe, too.
Hold on. Sweet Dreams are technically safe, but it would be wise to look out for oncoming vehicles.
Thank you.
Whew, that was no ordinary passerby. It's a miracle that he didn't see through your disguise.
The Astral Express should have departed a long time ago. Why is he still in Penacony? We needn't change our plans because of him. But be sure to keep your guard up. I hope nothing terrible has fallen upon Penacony while I was in captivity the last few days.
Oh, don't worry about it. Just brain rot spreading
It's time we
through
set off.
Penacony
Let's
like
not
a
stick
mimetic
too close to
virus.
each other, just in case. A few feet or so between us will do. Seems I let my wishful thinking get the best of me. Will you at least give me a chance to explain?
I will, but before I do, put your hands behind your back and answer my questions in short sentences.
Short sentences?
I need to make sure your words aren't concealing any dangerous incantations.
I can't believe I've left everyone with such a peculiar impression of me. Please, believe me when I say that I didn't come back here with ill intent. Penacony will never experience the Order again, either.
I'm afraid I won't be taking your words at face value, not after how you wielded the power of harmony. Answer me. What are you doing here?
It looks like there's only one way to gain your trust. Come on out, 1 week. We found ourselves an ally.
Ooh.
So, it was the IPC that freed you.
My sister has likely made an agreement of some sort with them. As for how I'm able to move around freely in Penacony, I have 1 week to thank for that. As you can see, I've only returned to my home to bid it farewell. Would you be kind enough to give me a chance to say goodbye, so that I may leave without regrets?
Agreed. But, until you leave Penacony for good, you're to stay by my side.
You have my gratitude.
I left my home in a hurry, too. I know how it feels. That said, I can't make this call by myself. My companions need to know about this, too.
The Astral Express crew is in Penacony, too?
Come with me. We'll go find them. You come along, too.
Okay, okay. Boy, this is gonna be a party.
We're here. They should be somewhere nearby.
Mr. Yang, if you don't mind, there's something that puzzles me. Now that the crisis on the planet of festivities has been averted, shouldn't the Astral Express have departed to continue on its trailblazing journey? Why have you and your companions stayed behind in Penacony? Could it be that someone stirred up trouble after I left?
And if that were indeed the case?
I doubt I'm in any position to be proposing ideas, but I'm happy to defer to the Nameless and aid with any plans you may have.
There's no need to worry. All is well in Penacony. Our reason for lingering here is a certain unusual passenger.
A passenger?
The Express has been commissioned to send a passenger back home. We're just resting up in Penacony for a while before we depart.
By passenger, do you mean this lady here?
Hey! There's
Or
Fugue.
these ladies?
This... how?
You're finally here, Mr. Yang. We have a huge problem.
Yeah, why is Penacony full of Ting Yun?
It's still early. Where to now?
Okay, so we're still chasing origami birds on the ship. Good to know. I'm glad that we are making productive use of our time as the Trailblazer. We have enough for a pull? We don't have enough for a pull. We're like 32 away. Okay. There we go. Now we can talk with Skrull. Why is this gonna keep bugging me? Package for you. Accidentally swipe Don Hung's credit card when you're sleepwalking. Stephen Lloyd. Cool. Meanwhile, the radiant feldspar.
Isn't it fascinating how variables never fail to find their way into the lives of organic life forms?
Nor did I. Why is Himiko's voice lines all broken? Neither did I expect to see you here in Penacony, Mr. Skrullum. I had assumed the Genius Society wasn't invested to the festivities.
I have no interest in the Harmony's celebration, so it's only natural for me to turn down the invitation. But it looks like my decision also cost me the front row seat to all of your exciting adventures. Conclusion: there is likewise a downside to pursuing reason.
I'm sure if all you geniuses showed up to the Charmony Festival, things would have been very much different.
I hear that the Astral Express has established a collaboration with the Garden of Recollection for your next destination.
They did suggest a destination, but that was all. Did you hear this from Madame Herta? It's a world beyond the knowledge of the Nameless, after all. I wrote to her hoping that the all-encompassing erudition could provide us with some information.
Could there be more to it?
Yes, there is something else. Miss Blackswan said Amphorius is a world influenced by 3 paths, and the erudition is one such path.
Logic. The average Pathstrider wouldn't leave any trace behind in the Garden of Recollection's mirror.
You're right. So this has to be related to the Emanators, or perhaps even the Aeons. That's why I wanted to know if the geniuses had any clue about it.
It's a pity we do not communicate much within the society. Not to mention we've lost most of our members to the Lord of Silence. I have never heard of Amphorius, however.
Madame Herta said the same, but it did pique her interest, and she agreed to do a little digging. My guess is that there's a chance the Garden of Recollection is behind it. She's always had a keen interest in the Remembrance's technology, after all. It's also thanks to her that we got to make Miss Ron May's acquaintance a while back. We even went into the Kalenga Abyss to bring a Leviathan's carcass back for our new friend. Speaking of her, this is far too much of an understatement, but none of us ever expected to see an old friend at Miss Ron May's.
That Foxian girl has indeed been through an unimaginable turn of events. I suppose that's the fate you organic life forms are bound by.
Yeah, A bond that truly runs deep.
So, is it out of goodwill that the Astral Express volunteered to send her back home?
Would the Nameless see a point in keeping work and favors apart? It's her request. She hopes to make a brief stop somewhere to reframe her mindset before returning to the Xianzhou, considering her unique position with the Alliance.
Looks like this is one exceptional passenger. Don't you have to accompany her then, Miss Himiko?
My companions are with her. They know Miss Tingyun better anyway. Plus, those youngsters will definitely do a better job than me when it comes to vacations. They're probably having a wonderful time now.
So, is anyone gonna tell me what's going on? March?
Oh, about that. Why don't you ask her instead? She knows how to present things logically.
I'm gonna have to break that stereotype you have of me. Apparently there are many Tingyuns here with us.
You don't have to tell him that. He can see for himself. Forget it. I'll tell you. We walked around with Miss Tingyun for a while after separating from the rest. But then we ran into something weird.
Did something happen in the dreamscape?
Actually, it's more like it was someone's fault. We met a Pepeshi filming a Try Not to Laugh challenge, and he gave us some of his candy. A type of candy that's supposed to make you fall over laughing.
So that sort of try not to laugh challenge.
I didn't really want to do it, but she insisted on us giving it a shot. That's how we got into this problem.
What happened?
I still wanted more candies.
Oh, come on, stop interrupting. So, we had some candy, and we're so happy we rolled around on the ground for a bit before standing up. But once we did, we realized Miss Tingyun ate the candy too. But she only sneezed nonstop. Achoo! Achoo! Sneeze after sneeze. And before we knew it, she multiplied into several Tingyuns right in front of us.
What's your take on this?
The dreamscape is a Memoria world. It is likely that candy triggered her hypersensitive mind, causing scattered memory fragments to dissociate and become entities themselves. There is no cause for concern. We've experienced similar incidents from time to time in the sweet dream.
Mr. Yang? Who is this?
It's okay. You can reveal yourself now.
I was only being careful, or we would have been stopped by the Bloodhounds more than once on our way here. Help me remove my disguise. 1 week.
It's been a while, everyone.
You! What's going on?
Am I still dreaming?
Everyone, stay calm.
Or she just looks off to the side.
I believe that at this point, Sunday has no reason to be dishonest. But to prevent any unforeseen complications, I'll be accompanying him everywhere he goes until he leaves Penacony. Mr. 1 Week here is an old acquaintance of Sunday's.
Pleased to meet you, fair lady. And you, of course. You're the heavyweight who pummeled this control freak.
He was a worthy opponent.
The surprises just keep pouring in. First there was Miss Acheron, and then Miss Tingyun. Why does it seem like Mr. Yang always comes back with some extraordinary guests?
Let's leave this discussion for later. For now, we should be focusing on returning Miss Ting Yun to her normal self.
That's not gonna be easy. You'll see what I mean, Mr. Yang. These Ting Yuns aren't exactly easy to communicate with.
What? Find Ting Yun that is easy to communicate with. Okay.
Miss March 7th, have you taken the time to consider my suggestion?
Your suggestion? Oh, wait. Which Miss Ting Yun are you again?
It's me! I'm the one who wants every Ting Yun to come together to form the Ting Yun Merchant Guild. How often do you get the chance to work with yourself? Just imagine how in sync we'll be with one another. We're bound to thrive and prosper. I know we can't leave the dreamscape to trade with the outside world, so that's where you come in, Miss March 7th. Your wits surpass many others, making you the perfect person to handle liaison negotiations on our behalf.
I guess I can consider it. I hope everything goes smoothly for your guild. There. Now do you see what I mean, Mr. Yang?
There does appear to be an element of her talking to herself.
I want clone copies of myself too.
Forget about it. How are you gonna clone your bat?
Mr.
Good
Yang
point.
mentioned the Express's next voyage is to send a passenger back home. Could this lady be from the Xianzhou Alliance?
Yes, more specifically, the Xianzhou Luofu.
The Luofu? Didn't the Antimatter Legion launch an ambush on the Luofu some time ago? Was she one of the few survivors?
Quite the contrary. She might have been the person closest to the eye of the storm.
Looks... Looks like there's a lot more to this story.
Story for another time. As host of the Dreamscape, do you have any suggestions for fixing this problem?
I don't have much to go on now. Perhaps we should talk to the other Miss Ting Yuns here.
That sounds nice. People never forget a personally prepared home-cooked meal. But then again, gifts should be lasting. What about a delightful new bouquet of flowers on the table each day? Wouldn't they do a better job at brightening up someone's day? That sounds like a good idea. If we really want to do this right, though, it's the thought behind the gift that truly matters. The more thought goes into the gift, the better the recipient feels it. She makes a valid point, too.
You sure have a way of not offending anyone.
These three Ting Yuns don't look like they'll be reaching a conclusion anytime soon. We won't be able to get a word in.
So, what do you think, Sonny?
Let's try a different name, my dear friend.
Oh, don't we sound chummier that way? I took a leaf out of this Foxian girl's book.
The problem with Miss Ting Yun is just as I suspected before. That prank shattered her into notes that are each a part of her. In other words, it means the Ting Yuns we see here are all different aspects of her psyche.
Okay. You just made it sound a whole lot more complicated.
At any rate, this is a known occurrence across the dreamscape. Tuning could be the way to fix it. The only problem is that these Miss Ting Yuns are too caught up in their own world. Is there one we can properly speak with?
Koma's awake. Good, because I have a question for you. When did Ting Yun end up here? When did we run into her?
It'd take me a while to
I'm deeply confused. When did we run into her?
Huh? Ugh, yikes. She's scary. No. Huh? You can't fly? Why? I can. I can fly. A long, long time ago, a big girl flew with me really high into the sky. I'll take you next time. Pinky promise? Should we get someone to watch over her?
Nah, I think she's perfectly fine on her own. The childlike innocence that adults have is a lot more resilient than you can imagine.
Even if that's true, it doesn't apply to her.
Damn. Oh,
walking.
There she goes. Bye-bye.
What a weird dream. This Miss Ting Yun looks like she's sleepwalking. Nope, not her. Oh, were you all looking for me? Why do I feel like it's not gonna be a wise move to interrupt her? Once again, another moment has passed golden hour by.
Any other ones we can chat with? No? Okay.
Oh, were you
I'll
all
tell you in
looking
10
for me?
minutes. Oh.
Found
Okay.
her. If I remember correctly, this Miss Ting Yun's trait is... it's nothing special, really.
There she is.
She ought to meet your one we can properly speak with requirement, right?
Worth a try. My lady, if I may, I wish to perform a tuning on you.
Before you start, you should know that we're keeping our eyes on you. If you even think about taking Miss Ting Yun hostage...
Brace yourself for gravitational disintegration. Same threat against Acheron. Know that there are 4 pairs of eyes between the 3 of us. That's so fucking cruel. I'm going with this one. I like this one.
It is not my intention to provoke you. Perhaps, as assurance, we can have my friend here perform the task in my stead. One week has a higher mastery of the harmony than I do.
That is true.
If you still have concerns, you are also free to restrain me while he performs the tuning.
There's no need for that. You're acting so... sincere. I'm actually surprised.
Are you all right with this, Miss Ting Yun?
I go as the wind blows, so you may decide for me.
Then kindly forgive our intrusion. Please do your best, One Week.
Is it Fantilia?
What the... Did any of you hear a voice just now?
A voice?
Never mind.
Look! It's working!
Never did I expect that every encounter with you would always be in moments of distress. Did I conduct myself improperly?
Nice.
Miss Ting Yoon, you're finally back! You may be small, but you're pretty amazing. Huh? What's wrong?
It's nothing. Just a trivial matter.
The ambient music is really good this patch. I've been noticing.
What do you sense?
I should have let you handle
It's
it
Flower
yourself.
Woman.
This girl is not as ordinary as she appears. I nearly died. Just now.
Holy shit.
Don't be afraid.
What?
She's so girly pop, I love her.
place?
Oh, no, don't tell me we let Ron May get her hands
You
on...
only need to remember one thing.
Why did we let Miss Frankenstein play with fucking Ting Yun's remains?
Who
No.
are you? And who am I? Is that where I came from?
Why? Why did we let this happen? Stop letting Ron May do unethical science. She couldn't even care for her cake cats. Unbelievable. You must go on, and there's no time to waste. Whoa.
This path is so dark. Yet it's strange.
Whoa.
Could it be that this isn't the first? This path is so dark. Yet it's strange. The farther I walk,
Can a girl have hobbies?
the more
Unethical science is not a hobby.
Could it be that this isn't the that looks so familiar? Does she want to lead me somewhere?
Yeah, okay, so this is obviously like the answer to my question, because I was feeling like they really weren't explaining themselves. It's like, Ting Yun's suddenly here. Let a girl have hobbies, Red God.
The life support pod is ready. There were only minor issues.
That's great. Otherwise, that person from the Xianzhou might not be able to hold on much longer.
You're still trying. There's no precedent for saving someone who was destroyed by a Lord Ravager.
Okay,
Will
yeah.
it even work?
Yeah.
I'm not a genius, so I don't understand the logic behind it. But if she says it's possible, then it must be.
Excuse me. Could you tell me where I am?
Himiko and Welt were delivering something to Ron May during the war dance, and that's when Ting Yun passed to them.
Can they not hear me?
Okay. That's right, I forgot about that.
This girl is...
Though extremely rare, the observed subject started to provide short answers for some simple questions. Their cognition is still in a chaotic state. Or you could call it a fugue state. Terrible. From what's been observed so far, she's not incapable of composing long and complex sentences. However, an unbearably intense pain would immediately attack her with high frequency, enough to interrupt her thoughts or even render her temporarily unconscious. The relevant information should be delivered to Madame Rame for her to decide whether the observed subject's senses should be temporarily numbed before conducting questioning. Correction, we have temporarily blocked the subject's various senses and are trying to get as much as we can to alleviate their pain. No further questioning will be made until the body's repair has made some progress. Until then, this is a record of the questions that the observed subject has already answered. What is your name? The subject replied within 3 seconds. Tingyan. What did you encounter? The observed subject spent a substantial period of time in rumination before suffering from intense pain and losing their consciousness. After being questioned 4 times, it can be confirmed that the observed subject knows about the related details, but struggles to elucidate that knowledge during the limited periods of coherence.
Tingyun. What a familiar name. Do I know her?
Don't question it. Keep moving forward.
Yeah, that's wrong, May.
It's you again.
These are wounds left by the destruction. They have taken root within your body and cannot be removed.
The destruction? I don't understand. Please, who are you? And why won't you show yourself?
I can't go to you. All I can do is wait for you to finish walking this path.
You want me to go through here? Do I have to fight it?
There's no need for that. It's too dangerous, and you can't do it anyway. Don't fight it. Embrace it. Try to coexist with it. Think of it as feeling your own scars.
My scars? Wait! Is this called coexisting?
Don't worry. As I said before,
You want to take up from a
You're
nap
not
feeling
alone.
dehydrated? Yeah.
Until everything burns to ashes! Firefly Type 4, it fights to live!
Step
The
up,
mood
let's
is
see
set.
it.
Let the show begin.
there's more to life.
Oh look, there's Ranmei.
This is more than a battle. Set to the sea, go free!
Enjoying yourself? Every petal in life, all will be swept away by the wind.
Stay in step.
That's all you got? Nice, like a good friends. Indulge yourselves!
Fight to live!
The mood is set. Let the show begin.
I will claim victory for myself. Set to the sea, go free!
Take your positions. Dreams do come true. The mood is set. Let the show begin.
I fight to live!
Let's improvise.
Alright, if you were an HSR unit, what would
for
your
another
path
beating?
be and why? Probably destruction, because I have a habit of enjoying burst damage and doing like Dark Knight stuff. Destruction or Nihility.
How can it be? Why are there still so many of them? The ones from before weren't defeated either?
As I said before, you can't defeat them.
Hey, there she is.
No one can. You can fall into the darkness and die alongside these scars of the destruction. Or bring them with you when you return to the world here. These are your two choices.
return to the world? What are you saying? Oh. No wonder those two ignored me. Am I just a wandering spirit now?
Close, but not quite.
So, I'm trapped between life and death?
I have abundance because I usually
Existing in a
play support in
limbo?
games.
You can think of it that way.
Based on what you said, even if I should wake up, these wounds that caused my death will remain on my body and never heal? I don't understand. You appear to be trying to save me, Benefactor. But why are you telling me all this?
It's a habit of mine. I believe everyone should have the right to choose whether they wish to return to this world or not.
Be that as it may, I don't remember anything. There's nothing to help me make a choice.
That doesn't matter. I believe the desire to live was born from nothing to begin with. You may also prove yourself to be the exception. I would also be pleased with that result.
How troublesome. But I suppose that's part of living.
Survival or destruction is no longer a choice for you. They both now grow along the same path. And only by walking this path will you break through the darkness and arrive at my side. Feeling more awake? Congratulations. You attained your very first victory in this tug of war. It's a good start.
This is...
Let me explain. You were attacked by a Lord Ravager. By all rights, you should not have survived. But someone didn't agree with that assessment, and it just so happens I was able to fulfill his request.
What about the other merchants?
I don't know.
Why me?
Because you were the most unfortunate. You fell into the hands of that Lord Ravager, who destroyed your body and spirit. Yet, you were also the most fortunate. Her desire to claim everything about you for herself meant she needed time, so you were spared instant annihilation. There is only a fine line between resurrection and escaping death. Yet, they couldn't be more different. If you had truly died, I would have been powerless to do anything for you.
My body feels strange.
I'm sorry. I can't let you regain your ability to feel just yet. You'd be in excruciating pain. Your body was contaminated by the destruction and suffered severe damage. As I said before, these wounds will stay with you for the rest of your life. To prevent its resurgence, I made some minor modifications to your body Or more specifically, your tail. You'll have to learn to adapt to it. Unfortunately, the inescapable price of survival is often more adversity.
Regardless, I'm grateful to you for saving my life.
There's no need for that. This was merely a transaction. With this, the debt between the traveling merchant and me is clear.
Oh.
Who?
Huh. I was wondering who the he was.
You should sleep for a little longer. By the time you wake up, you won't remember any of these details.
Also, this is the kind of sci-fi
I'll
that I
arrange for
love.
someone
This
to send
shit.
you home.
Right here.
Which reminds me, you seem to have some dependable friends with close ties to you. You should go with them. It can only help with your recovery to hear more about your past.
That was really good. I like that a lot.
Are you all right? Did I pass out?
We're just, it's okay. You didn't end up in Dreamflux
The
Reef.
tuning rebounded and affected 1 week instead. This is no ordinary woman.
I suppose there's no point in hiding it from you anymore.
So you got spicy
Miss
this chat
Ting
arguing
is
over who
originally
traveling.
from the Xianzhou. She had an unfortunate encounter with a Lord Ravager who robbed her of her identity and left her on the verge of death. While she miraculously escaped with her life, her body suffered terrible injuries beyond all power to heal.
But something happened to change that outcome?
Yes, a genius.
I'm assuming it's Laucha.
She's very accomplished in the field of life sciences and managed to grant Miss
Life
Ting
sciences.
survival.
That's what we want to call it.
After that, she asked the Express to escort Miss Ting Yun back home. We made a stop at Penacony along the way, partly to allow her some time to convalesce.
I'm so sorry. I thought no one would be affected if I hid inside a dream. I didn't expect so many mishaps to happen.
That's all right. So long as nobody was hurt. Can I get something to drink? I feel like I've been asleep for 10 years.
Yeah. That's what we're assuming.
We
Since
should
the
find
one
another
called
place
Traveling
to
Merchant?
talk
Yeah.
anyway.
That
We
makes
drew
sense.
some attention with that commotion earlier.
Kevin. It was Kevin.
So glad again. I'm a local, you know.
You'll have to make do.
In any case, I must thank the both of you for your assistance.
It was nothing. Now that the matter with Miss Ting Yun is resolved, are we meeting your other two companions next?
There's no need for that. Mr. 1 Week is in poor condition, so let's wrap up your farewells first. I'll leave Miss Ting Yun in
Oh.
your hands.
Yeah, Kalma, are Himiko and Dan Hung's voice lines broken
Mr. Yang, the
in this patch?
messenger from the Xianzhou is almost here. You're not coming with us?
Because neither of their voice lines
I
have
trust
played
that
at
you
all.
can handle it. Besides, Himiko will be there.
Did you experience
Able
that?
to handle any decisions should you run into any difficulties.
Or Skies, if Skies played this as well?
We better hurry then. This is ridiculous.
Oh, that's enough for pull. Let's go gambling. Let's go gambling. Nope. Nada. They are? Okay, okay. I have Fugue. I don't think I ever built out completely yet, though. No, I don't. Here she is! It's Fugue!
Shall we keep going then?
What are we doing here again?
You forget already. Miss Ting Yun is
Scheduling issue, the lines didn't get recorded. Aw, that's unfortunate.
Souvenirs.
I'm not too familiar with this planet. I'm worried an unscrupulous cutthroat merchant will try to take advantage of me. Luckily, the people I want to buy these gifts for are friends you already know on the Xianzhou. So I'll be counting on both your stakeholder intuitions for recommendations.
As if a merchant could seriously take advantage of you.
I already picked up a few gifts earlier, so that means there's only 3 more left to go. But we've already lost a lot of time, so we better not drag our feet.
I'm really liking this patch so far, like a lot. The pacing has been pretty solid. The writing has been good. The only thing I have a problem with is like it's not even like a problem, it's more of just a me forgetting thing that like I feel like Tingyun appearing and the explanation as to why she was there, like the spacing was just a little bit big, and I feel like I was missing something at that point. But no, it's more just a problem of me forgetting. Otherwise, I'm really, really liking this patch so far. This is super good.
Welcome. How can I help you?
Hello there. It's my first time visiting the Dreamscape, so I wanted to buy some local specialties as souvenirs for my friends back home. My 2 friends here are more familiar with the Dreamscape and recommended your shop, so I'm here to take a look.
Wow, you really know how to flatter. Go ahead. Browse all you like.
First we have Lady Fu Xuan of the Divination Commission. What do you think best suits her?
Clocky eye mask. Unicycler. I think the clocky eye mask, probably.
Did you pick that because of her third eye?
A meticulously thought out and interesting suggestion. It'll make for a novel gift. Let's go with that. Next is General Jing Yuan.
Penis pumper. Division of Elite Fighters.
Seriously?
Now that the Alliance has all of you there to help them, sending any elite fighters more would just be overkill. Come to Clock Studios theme park to learn more about the history of the Planet of Festivities. I think the General will like this gift. Finally, we have Lady Bailu of the Alchemy Commission. She loves excitement. That's a good idea. It might be commonplace, but it's still the specialty of Penacony. It would make for an ideal gift to bring home. That's all of them. Please wrap them up for me. Thanks to both your help, everything went smoother than I expected. And it looks like we still have some time to spare.
Why don't we pay another visit to the Dreamscape sales store? You can find memory bubbles pretty much anywhere. But Penacony's dream bubbles are extraordinary. Even if we don't get them as gifts, we can keep them as souvenirs for ourselves.
This sounds like a bad idea, March.
An idea I can get behind. But there's one more thing I wish to do. Since this is our last stop, could I have a word with you two in private? Perhaps somewhere more secluded. I'd like to discuss a personal matter. This is a good spot.
Miss Tingyun, what's this about?
You've looked out for me during our travels together these past few days. I'm truly grateful and can't thank you enough. But there are some things I find difficult to forget. I feel it's only right that I tell you what's on my mind before we part ways. Do you too still remember what it was like when you first saw me?
How could we forget? She was so shocked. She was frozen in place when she shouted.
Exactly. And that's precisely why I haven't been able to shake off this strange feeling in the days since I started traveling with you. When I asked for your names, I couldn't help but think that this first encounter was actually a long-awaited reunion for you. I've heard about what happened to you on the Xianzhou. And I've got to admit that Fantilia's disguise was so perfect, it was like another me tricking everyone.
Yeah, we couldn't even tell when you were replaced by Fantilia. I figured it happened when we were after Kafka. You vanished for a while. I thought you must have come back as a double.
But it was much earlier than that. That thought has me filled with sorrow. As if a piece of my life had been stolen away, and I had no part in it. That's what I've been puzzled about too. I never actually saw how Fantilia managed to disguise herself as me. What was your impression of that Tingyun, if you recall? That part is true. I'm always calculating when it comes to business, but never with people. So, what did she seem like to you? I'll just assume that's a compliment. Maybe next time you could just say silver-tongued. Was there anything particularly memorable?
Now's not the time for those kinds of jokes.
Now the final question. In your eyes, am I just like the Tingyun you remember?
Wait, don't you find that question a bit weird? You're the real Tingyun. Why compare yourself to an imposter?
Miss March, you might have the wrong idea. I'm just feeling a mix of regret and relief.
Uh-huh.
As a merchant, staying well-informed is crucial. It's only natural for me to stay updated on the events of the Lawfu before I return. If I had rushed in and out back then, I wouldn't have been much help. Instead, I would have postponed the trip and sought assistance from allies, but in that case...
We wouldn't have crossed paths.
Exactly. Based on your description, that Lord Ravager was indeed cunning. Her demeanor mirrored mine so closely that it felt like she was living my life for a few days, rather than merely disguising herself. I regret missing out on your Xianzhou journey. But everything that unfolded afterward, aside from the scheming, played out exactly as if I'd been there. This leads me to consider another possibility. Fantilia had stolen a piece of my life, and a Foxian always gets even. I will not be taken advantage of. I must take something back from her as well. But after thinking it over, the only thing that could be considered equal value is the bond I have with all of you. That thought has brought me great comfort. And now I know how to speak to you properly. We've never even met before, and here you are, offering your help, just as before. I should have treated you with respect, but fear of Fantilia made me act like somebody else. And now, I will reclaim everything I have lost. And it should begin with a proper acknowledgement. Dear benefactors, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to you. Looks like we're off to a good start. Moving forward, I'll definitely be trying more things like this from now on. And you, my dear benefactors, will be my source of courage.
Miss Ting-Yoon, that's way too over the top. Just don't make any risky decisions. It might overwhelm her.
We'll see. I just hope the Ting-Yoon in your memories won't be tainted by Phantilia anymore. Alright, no more questions. I hope I didn't take up too much of your time. Let's continue on our way.
This is nice.
Welcome to the Dreamscape Sales Store. Dr. Edward at your service.
We're looking for some dreams to give as gifts. Something exotic and preferably captivating.
Just a friendly reminder, being too picky won't help you find the best dream. Just to dampen your spirits ahead of time. That being said, there are always some lucky exceptions. Not too long ago I procured a dream bubble that sounds perfect. The story unfolds in the Shenzhou Alliance, where a young sword master strives to become the sword champion. However, as Junior Foxian Sword just turns 100, puts him in a tough spot.
Why does that sound oddly familiar?
Since I'm returning to the Xianzhou, I think it's better to choose something unrelated to the Alliance. Feel free to pick a few for me.
I love customers like you. So easy to work.
So easy to take advantage of, you mean?
Why is Mark so against Dr. Edward?
Weird, okay?
What you got against Dr. Edward?
Oh, speaking of dreamscapes, I have a gift for you, my benefactors. After troubling you all this time, I couldn't leave without properly expressing my thanks. Here's a dream bubble for you. I hope you enjoy it.
Is it the screaming agony of the fragments of destruction left in your soul?
Here are the dream bubbles I prepared.
Ah, it is.
Thank you for your business.
Well, it looks like everything's finally in order. I suppose it's time to head back?
Ting-Yun's dream bubble. In this dream, the real Ting-Yun never missed out on eating. Aww.
I can't believe it's time for Miss Ting-Yoon to leave. I'm not ready to say goodbye just yet.
You're back.
Yeah, we got delayed on the way. Mr. Yang will explain in detail when he gets back. Has the messenger from the Xianzhou arrived yet?
Yes, we've been chatting for a while. Turns out she's an old acquaintance of yours. Yukong? Yeah.
Long time no see, everyone.
Madame Yukong?
I've imagined this moment many times. I was worried I might embarrass myself in front of you. I even rehearsed every word beforehand. But now it seems it was unnecessary. Ting-Yun, I'm here to take you home.
You two must have a lot to catch up on after being apart for so long. We'll give you some space.
Madame Yukong, I wasn't expecting it to be you. What a wonderful surprise.
I wanted to come because, after all, it's you who's coming home.
Yeah, me of all people.
Your body. It's going to be tough from now on, isn't it?
I've already escaped death once. What more could I ask for? Also, it's not all bad. I might even beat you at arm wrestling now.
You're still the same, carefree as always. I have a lot I'd like to tell you, but I'll save it for the road. It's a long journey back to the Luofu. Even if we can't completely rid you of the pain, there must be ways to alleviate it on the Xianzhou.
I have no doubt. But since we're alone here, may I ask you one more thing? Do I really have to go back to the Luofu?
Why? You don't want to?
Despite Fantilia's ruthlessness, she spared me when I should have been eliminated. And why did Miss Ron Mei, who has no ties to the Xianzhou, go out of her way to save me? It seems as if I've become a pawn in someone else's game.
There are people within the Alliance who also believe that the suspect is now on the Yuchua.
If that's the case, it's all the more reason for me not to return to the Luofu and complicate things. I might as well take advantage of this situation.
Take advantage of the situation? What do you mean?
Right now, the marks of ruin inside me maintain a delicate balance. Moreover, they were created by Fantilia herself. If possible, please inform the General and arrange for me to meet with the Marshal. Maybe this body of mine can help the Alliance get one step closer to the Xianzhou's enemies.
When Ron Mei visited the Luofu earlier, she mentioned what happened to you. This coincided with when the message sent by the Astral Express arrived. The Arbiter Generals concluded that Fantilia did not intend for you to survive. If utilized strategically, this could give the Alliance an element of surprise. If we follow this plan, we must keep your resurrection hidden. But before making any decisions, I want to know what you think. If you wish to go home, I'll support you, no matter what others may say.
Then I'm glad. I shall save you the trouble of hearing what those people may say.
The road ahead is perilous. If you decide to take it...
Instantions in.
I won't stop you. Maybe I'm being selfish, but I still want to know. Are you choosing this because it's what you really want?
I've come to see myself clearly in this dream journey. Perhaps it's what people call a blessing in disguise. There is someone who can attest to my true intentions. Please follow me. She should be around here somewhere.
Is that...
After a strange encounter, I was fragmented into multiple Tingyuns, each embodying a different aspect of my memories. And one of them hasn't returned to me, because she ventured too far. Until now.
You mean her? What is she doing?
She's captivated by something that has deeply mesmerized me. As a fleeting emotion, she's no different from a newborn. Her boarding this ship was solely down to her inner impulse. Madame Yukong, do you remember? Perhaps that was just an ordinary flight for you, but for a certain child, that was her first experience with the sky.
Of course I remember. Back then, you were still young enough for me to carry.
You probably still can. Want to give it a try?
I'm afraid you'd be too heavy for me now.
Just kidding.
I remember you kept begging me to take you to the star skiff, and even dreamed of becoming a pilot. But once you were airborne, you were so nervous that you clung to others for dear life.
This flight was a turning point in my life. The boundless cosmos unfolded before me. I was completely mesmerized, not just by the view, but by a realization. In this world, there are paths beyond waiting for us to explore. Even though I lacked the talent to pilot the star skiff and wasn't much of a warrior, I still chose to travel around with the Merchant Guild. Even to this day, this thrill still courses through me.
That hasn't changed?
Never. Now I can embark once more on my journey as a traveler of no return, exploring the paths that lie beyond. Speaking of which, how are things with the Whistling Flames?
I've left Yan Ming in charge for now. He's reliable, but he can be a bit extreme, and might not always follow your principles as a traveling merchant.
My principles. Forsake what others fight for, and take what others abandon. That's the way to navigate the world and achieve my goals. I will continue to uphold my principles. But now I've also learned that while these merchant principles may apply to humans, they falter in the face of the gods.
But this shouldn't fall on your shoulders to begin with. You are simply an innocent survivor in this war.
Madame Yukong, you were once a survivor in the war too, weren't you? In a hazy dream, I vaguely remember someone telling me that the inescapable price of survival is often more adversity. But Madame Yukong, the gods use humans as pawns in their cosmic game, sacrificing countless innocent souls. Have you ever thought about making them pay?
Every moment of every day, But as inconsequential as we are, how can we escape the fate of being mere pawns? If I could choose, I would never want you to become a pawn. I just wish you could still be that carefree little fox. Not caught up in this war.
Don't be disheartened, Madame Yukong. Thanks to the favor of the Lord Ravager, I've become a player in this game. Remember, it's often the unassuming pawns, the lone traveler, or the worm that subdues the dragon, that leave even the best strategists helpless. So, now I'll become a cunning speck of dust, and make those masterminds behind the curtains sneeze a few times.
Oh, Dream's Edge.
Is this place also affected by the Order?
No, I'm just here to bid farewell. I changed my mind along the way. This journey has too many variables. So it shouldn't matter if we add another.
Ooh.
How did you know she would be here?
I didn't. I had a hunch and decided to try my luck. It seems I can be lucky sometimes.
It's not like you to leave things to luck.
I'm trying to change too.
I don't think you need a bystander in this scenario. Go on ahead.
You're not worried I'll take the opportunity to escape?
I believe you're the kind of person that has the ability and desire to use everything to your advantage. But that everything does not include Miss Robin.
Thank you.
Now then, Mr. 1 Week.
I'm not leaving. No way.
Let him stay. He won't be in the way. I actually need 1 week to be there. She shouldn't be seen talking to a fugitive, no matter the circumstances.
You don't intend to reveal your true identity to her?
Both parties don't have to be aware that this is a farewell. I shouldn't put her at risk for my selfishness.
As you wish.
Shall we go then?
Let's go. Our journey can't begin if I can't take this first step. I didn't expect to see you here, Miss Robin.
Oh, is Robin's voice lines not in either?
1 week. I'm a member of the Nightingale family.
Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, you're a Dreamweaver. Thank you for all your hard work. You all are the reason the Dreamscape has been able to recover from this crisis.
You're too kind, Miss Robin. You must be very busy. What brings you here to Dream's Edge?
I'm taking a break. I wanted to find a quiet place to relax, ideally somewhere where I could see the stars. Before I knew it, I'd walked all the way here. I know these stars only exist in the dream, but...
Well, perhaps the dreamscape is
Essentially,
not so
the
different
Alice
from reality.
Walked about recording Robin's lines, but it looks like they ran out of time to put them in.
When we look up into the night sky, the stars aren't really there. The glimmering lights we see are merely the images of stars from long ago. So, have we ever truly seen a real sky full of stars?
You're very philosophical, Miss Swanwick. You remind me of someone I know. Do you work nearby?
No. Today is my rest day. There's going to be a show later, so I came early to find a good seat.
A show? Here?
It's somewhere farther away. They say it's a farewell performance. The kind that's better to listen to from afar than watch it performed live.
I see. In that case, the observation deck is a good choice. You can see all of Penacony from here. Oh, talked about. Distance can make some things appear more beautiful.
Miss Robin, may I stay here with you to gaze at the stars before the show begins?
Of course. You don't have to be so courteous. I should be the one asking. This is Dream's Edge, after all, and the Dream Weavers are its true masters.
Still, these stars are unfamiliar to me. I don't recognize any of them, and it makes me feel uneasy.
What makes you feel this way? Is it because the sky is so far away, or because it's the unknown?
Perhaps it's both. The Stellaron disaster may not have had any real consequences, but many guests still chose to check out. Now the hotel feels quieter than before. It makes me wonder what Penacony's future will be like. I just hope it will not negatively affect you, Miss Robin.
You're too kind. I'll be fine. The disaster was unexpected, but because of it, I was able to witness many pasts and think about many futures. My only real regret is that I left some things unsaid.
Did the person you wanted to say them to leave?
Yes. He left in such a hurry that I didn't even get the chance to say goodbye.
Sometimes, what's in your heart doesn't need to be dressed up in words. Maybe he already knows what you wanted to say.
But don't you think we should put some effort when we want to encourage someone?
If you don't mind me asking, who is it that you wish to encourage?
It's someone who experienced failure recently and is about to embark on a long journey.
There are many such people on Penacony. Failure is like the setting sun to a dream chaser. It's something that happens every day. I believe they all have the willpower to start anew. Especially after receiving a smile from you, Miss Robin.
But he's different. He's stronger than most ordinary people, but because of it, people have this misconception. They think that when he falls, he will stand back up faster than anyone else.
Are you saying that's not true?
It's not, because before he stands up again, he will hesitate and agonize for ages over whether that is the right course of action.
Failure may be a good thing for someone like that. Being able to reflect on one's actions is a valuable quality to have.
You may be right, but I still hope that he'll never change.
Why is that?
Because I have faith in the person I remember him to be. He may have taken the wrong approach when he failed, but I don't think he had the wrong intentions. We once stood together at the same starting line, but now it's his turn to fly for the stars. I believe he'll find the right path, even if he has to do it alone. don't have to soar into the sky together. Because I know we'll reunite one day. Up there in the clouds. Oh.
I hope so.
Miss One Week, may I ask a favor? There's a jigsaw here I'd like to finish before I leave. If I have a Dreamweaver's help, maybe I'll be able to fill in the missing pieces.
The dream jigsaw. I see. I'll do my best.
Don't worry if you can't find them. Just think of it as us taking a walk together.
I'm still inexperienced, so let's just hope we get lucky.
Thank you anyway. I expect the first jigsaw piece will be part of a starry sky. As for the other piece, I hope it will symbolize wings. I'm hearing a bird. Ah.
It seems we've been blessed with good fortune today.
Is this? A scrolled note was left here. May your sky be forever radiant. It seems familiar.
Another Dreamweaver probably left this behind. It's a habit for this profession. They hope to use these blessings as a foundation for the dreamscape. The second jigsaw piece. Is this a pair of wings or a decoration made of feathers?
Maybe it's somewhere in between the two. It's a pair of broken wings.
We should keep looking.
It's okay. Let's use this one. Just as before, a note was placed carefully next to the puzzle, like someone got here a step earlier. May your stage be forever lustrous. One more thing. Staying fit is important, but don't forget to eat well too.
It's done. Have a look.
The painting feels like a blessing and also seems to mirror someone's resolve. Even when the broken wings no longer belong to the sky, the direction in which they fall will still be toward the stars.
Soon, I shall travel to those unfamiliar stars, none of which I recognize. But as long as you continue to gaze upon them from here, then those unfamiliar stars will one day be the place of our reunion.
You still couldn't bear to say goodbye in the end? Maybe I'm stronger than you think. You must try to relax on your long journey. Brother.
That didn't seem like a perfect goodbye.
It's enough. I only meant to stay quietly by her side for a bit. But why did you do those unnecessary things?
What things?
Those 2 notes. If someone finds them, they can be used as evidence against her.
Huh. So you can do whatever you want as many times as you want, but I can't? I don't want to live with regret for the rest of my life either.
Live with regret.
We're almost done saying our goodbyes.
She has burbs in her eyes.
Yes, we only have one last stop. But before we leave, I have a question I'd like to ask you, Mr. Yang. I'm curious. Why did you become a nameless?
Why the sudden interest?
I always had a feeling that you would never give up on someone who needed help. After spending time with you, I'm even more convinced of this assessment. At this very moment, there are countless worlds above the sky still waiting for the arrival of the Astral Express. Yet you and your companions have chosen to stay here. All for an old friend you never knew, and a notorious fugitive. To trailblaze means to forge ahead. Yet, you stop and spend precious time on people just passing by. All the while you believe this is the natural course of action?
That's not what I think at all. Besides, the watchmaker also made a similar choice.
And because of that, he bid farewell to the Express and never walked among the stars again in his lifetime.
Not all journeys lead to the stars. Even if we leave the Express, some trailblazing paths will still continue. You can think of it this way. The title of Nameless doesn't belong to any one person. Each individual will have their own view of what it means to walk this path and will always try their best, no matter the situation. The goal of my trailblazing is not the unknown world, but every living being who exists under the stars. In my homeland, the name Welt means world. It suggests that each person is a world unto themselves, and that we harbor as many possibilities as the distant stars. The connections I gain on my journey are what is most precious to me. This is my way of the trailblaze and the reason why I decided to stay here.
Why me?
Like I said before, I left my home in a hurry too. I know how you feel right now. I also know that a person will only be able to truly face themselves once they've decided to say goodbye to their past, the same way you're doing right here, right now. There was never a third person with us, was there?
I told you he'd find out.
He's all in the head!
I should have known nothing could escape your keen eyes. Since you already know one week's secret, there's no need for me to build up suspense. Let's go. We'll head straight for the finale and take our final bow in this farewell performance.
The man who crashed here with broken wings must land and fly before the night must first fly towards the stars.
I know you can hide your appearance, but trespassing on restricted family grounds is still a bold move.
Don't worry, I won't take too much time. I was a child when I first visited the Grand Theater. I remember seeing the light behind the curtains from here, and believing it to be the morning star guiding me toward the land of the dreams. When I returned here many years later as the head of the Oak family, I finally learned that the light was actually a Stellaron.
Now that you've returned to the stage, what are you planning to do?
Prepare for my departure. I've always believed that a person's starting point should also be his last stop. Have you ever seen the elderly at the end of their lives? As they welcome their final moments, they invariably raise their hands, stretching their arms into the emptiness. Much like how babies also stretch their arms into the air when they are first born. Humanity flaps their wings twice as they complete their journey. Once when they are born, and once when they die. In order to flap my own wings and soar again. I will say goodbye, here, to the me of yesterday. I really hate this face. My expressions feel so dull and lifeless.
I see. That explains why something always felt off about your appearance. The halo above your head that symbolizes the harmony, it's been missing since the moment we reunited.
It's true that this ring was bestowed upon our people by the heavens. But that doesn't mean it can't be thrown away. While I was in the gallery of thoughts, at the entrance of the dream, I chose to completely sever the halo from myself.
Why?
I am a fugitive, after all. I must remove any chance of being detected by the family. Another reason is to feel pain. A pain like falling from the sky with broken wings that can keep me awake. This is how I can cast aside all the blessings of the harmony and the order and, for the first time in my life, enter the sweet dream as an ordinary person.
Is that also how Mr. 1 Week came into this world?
No. You wouldn't believe the real story even if he told you.
Just get back what happened.
He
1 Week
was
is an
born from an
imposter.
accident. One that you're actually quite familiar with. It was that try not to laugh challenge.
Oh!
Quite embarrassing, to be honest. I was roaming around as an ordinary person when I unfortunately fell into that Pepeshi's trap. The prank that fragmented Miss Ting-Yun also divided my fragile self into two.
Just want to feel pain. Okay,
Are
Edgelord.
you
Yeah.
saying that he's a part of you? That's quite surprising given that you two look nothing alike.
You could say he's another possibility of me. I too was once a child, with aspirations buried deep within. Over time, those childhood voices grew increasingly faint. Maybe if I had made a small change in my childhood, I would have turned out to be exactly like him. What a pity, failing to become a better version of yourself. So, my final farewell will be like that of Miss Ting-Yun. I will perform a tuning on myself and return to my complete form. And this also means that 1 week will vanish for good. That's why I said this was the last stop. Is there a possibility that you will be the one who disappears? No. This is a foregone conclusion. But who's to say there won't be any changes? Maybe deep down, I'm also anticipating this possibility.
He's evil, no, he's just a fragment of Sunday.
Regardless of the outcome, you will have a witness. I'll be waiting for you in the audience.
Much appreciated. Now, shall we begin? Anticipating this possibility, you've really changed. In the past, you wouldn't have tolerated any noise at all. I'm about to embark on an unknown journey, where it will be impossible to maintain my orderly life. I will have to navigate unexpected surprises, much like today. You're not ready at all, are you? I feel unsettled, maybe even scared. Ever since I left Penacony, I could no longer control everything. Don't flatter yourself. You can't control anything. But isn't that how it is for most people? My fear of the unknown may be a weakness, but your presence has shown me that surprises aren't always bad. Meeting you has been a great help to me, and I'm glad to have discovered this side of myself. I also feel grateful for the opportunity to tell you this in person. I truly dislike you. What? Are you sure you didn't mean the opposite? I must admit, many of your qualities strike a chord with me. There are times when I want to joke around, freely express my thoughts, or openly share my dislike of a person. Or my fondness. I want to tell her that I love all her songs. Then go for it, Sonny. You always talk about locking the bird in the cage, but you're the one who's trapped. Look at yourself. Besides discipline and hesitation, there's nothing else in your life. If you continue living like a slab of marble, you'll break into pieces when you fall. But I won't become like you. I simply can't. I dislike people who are frivolous. It makes me uncomfortable to even emulate them. If I fail, I will still uphold my principles, such as decorum and stateliness. As for the harmony, my stance remains the same. Whether it's you or the paths, if what I once doubted, or even opposed, becomes the force I must rely on in the future, then this time, my true heart will guide the tuning. I'll leave it to you. What is this? Leaving your fate entirely up to a coin flip? This isn't like you at all. Did you lose your mind after being run over by the Express? Or were you possessed by that IPC gambler?
They actually referenced the
Failure
attack.
is always the best teacher. To save more lives,
Amazing.
you must first understand what they live for and what they die for. The best way to achieve this is through personal experience. You see, I'm already starting to make changes. Whether it's us merging or one of us disappearing, I'll leave the tuning to fate, and see if I can embrace all that I detest. Only then will I truly be able to walk among the living in their world. But what if you can't do it? Well, that's out of my hands. It will just prove that I'm still the same person. The person who always disappoints his sister.
Let's go.
Falling is just another name for flying. That's why I rejoice at my broken wings. Step into the mortal world to see how it truly is. Then, and with my last breath, I'll join the weak in reaching my hands toward the sky. On the planet of festivities, whatever identities I once had, they no longer matter. It's not the gods who answer us, but ourselves from the future. I don't have much to say. But, as it's time to part ways, here's one last piece of advice. When telling jokes, be sincere. Don't sweat the details.
He said the
Above all,
thing.
Don't explain them every time.
He said Elvis's thing.
Never mind. Maybe it's better for you not to joke at all. No objections from me. This is so annoying. How did I become so dull? Well, despite everything, try not to be too hard on yourself. There will always be people who are sad.
Planet of festivities, land of the dreams. I say goodbye to my home. Should one desire to leave the stage for good,
One must first step back onto the stage.
Here we are.
As expected, the trickiest thing is tuning yourself. These dissonant sounds are much too harsh.
Life's like a good brew, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
I will fight for myself until everything burns to ashes! Live to fight! Fight you live!
So,
We're back here again.
Take your positions. Let's improvise. The mood is set just right. Let the show begin!
All things are as one.
Attack detected!
echoes of the past, you need not fade away. Follow me to the stars.
I shall set the seas ablaze!
Did the rhythm get messed up? It's my turn.
There's more to life than drawing breath. You'll do.
Live to fight! Fight you live! I shall set the seas ablaze!
Dreams do come true.
Disorderly
The
noise!
mood is set just right. Let the show begin!
Let's kick things off. Disorderly noise!
You hold some academic. Pay attention.
Time has come. Let it be revealed.
Is it inevitable for me?
Every petal in life's garden will be swept away by the wind of time.
Uphold the truth, and you will be protected. Sam in position, executing attack.
Like fireflies to a flame, I will fight for myself until everything burns to ashes! Live to fight! Fight you live!
Stay in step.
You've arrived, huh? Life's like a good brew, my friends. Indulge yourself.
All things are as one.
Firefly, I shall set the seas ablaze!
Disorderly noise.
Take your positions. Let's improvise. is set. Let the show begin.
All things are part of the melody. Eternal prayer.
Watching all of them pop off.
Disorderly noise. Disorderly noise. Attack detected. In the mood for disorderly noise. Detonate.
Dreams do come true.
Disorderly noise.
Hat. A new venture on the 8th dawn. No?
On this 8th day, I grant myself departure.
Well, how should I address you now? Mr. Sunday or Mr. 1 Week?
Whichever you prefer. He's probably mocking me from inside right now. Thank you for accompanying me through all this, Mr. Yang. This farewell journey has come to an end.
What are your plans after leaving Penacony?
At this point, there's no need to hide things from you. I believe there's more to the incident involving the Stellaron on Penacony.
Are you suggesting that the Dream Master wasn't the one controlling the Stellaron?
Don't worry. The Oak family was indeed behind seizing the Stellaron and resurrecting the fallen Eon during the Charmony Festival, and you've already defeated them. But Mr. Gopherwood once told me that all the Order's efforts were aimed at avoiding the same mistakes that the Harmony made. My guess is that the family from the Montour system must be involved. Unfortunately, too much time has passed to verify that. Penacony is just a small territory, and even the family heads with their authority cannot enter the sacred site of the Harmony and inquire about the true will of the Great One. In the worst-case scenario, if Xipe turned a blind eye, how could the strong defending the weak hold up? Mr. Yang, I just want to tell you this. The Harmony has more than one side. They can be the most steadfast ally of the Astral Express, or the most fearsome enemy.
Well, thank you for being honest with me. The efforts of the crew on Penacony were driven by the same concern. After all this, the Harmony and the Preservation will keep the situation on the planet of festivities in balance. With the momentum from the Trailblaze, more forces will arrive, and Penacony will become a public space in the cosmos.
So is his name Sun Week or One Day?
Freedom is the only answer the Nameless can offer. I'm glad that Penacony needs it.
You and I both strive for a peaceful society, even if our reasons are different. And you've gone even further than I have. If not for our paths, perhaps you and I wouldn't be in opposition.
Don't sell yourself short. We're not fundamentally opposed. Otherwise, you wouldn't have shown me mercy in front of the Dream Master. This shared journey is my way of repaying you. After all, you are one of my trailblazing goals.
Bruh.
About that, you've given me many insights as well. Humans are the measure of everything,
Sunday fanfic?
and no one is the sole savior. Creating a paradise remains one of my lifelong ambitions. As I move forward, I realize I must build it brick by brick. Therefore, I have a request that I hope you'll consider. While I lack the will to trailblaze, nor can I become a true nameless, I admire your convictions. Perhaps what I need, more than asceticism, is knowledge. Therefore, after leaving Penacony, would you consider letting me come aboard the Astral Express and travel with you?
Ah! Cool. So it's not just going to be Black Swan. I do like that we're picking up more people.
I brought him here.
I like that.
Mr. Sunday wants to join us on the Express. Of course,
maybe the real
can't make that decision
Star Rail
alone.
was the Honkais we found along the way. But if you didn't support this idea, you wouldn't have brought him back. Well, I trust your judgment. If someone is willing to join us on our journey, the Express will be open to them. But this time is a bit different. Before making any decision, By North, I want to hear what you think. In this battle, you were the one who directly confronted him. Your opinion holds the most weight.
I learned the most valuable lessons from my past opponents. Please, say whatever's on your mind.
You're a noble person. I can't deny that you've always had compassion in your heart, even though we may view things differently. Maybe you're too pessimistic about humanity, but the Trailblaze isn't like that. We had to learn to have faith before embarking on this path. You must do the same. Nothing is for certain anyway. An enemy yesterday may be a friend today. Maybe we should hear everyone else's opinion. I have nothing else to add. I'll let you all decide then. I'm fine with that.
Well, you did get nerfed after turning into a good guy. So I guess I'm okay too.
She says he got nerfed and he's like currently the best support character in the game.
Thank you all for your forgiveness. Perhaps I'll find the answer I'm looking for on this journey. And when that day comes, it'll be farewell. Until then, I will do my best to fulfill my duty as a passenger.
Looks like we've come to a decision. Remember to keep the conductor in the loop too.
Now that our business on Penacony is settled, it's about time we get back on track and prepare for our next warp jump.
Yeah, but let me try contacting Madame Herda again before we set off. She helped us look into Amphorius, even though nothing new came up. I should at least let her know we're leaving.
Try?
I tried contacting the space station several times, but I never got any response. Maybe there's a problem with the Interastral network. It shouldn't be anything to worry about. What could happen on the Genius's home turf? Even the Antimatter Legion wouldn't stand a chance. It could be one of Ron May's fucking experiments again? He's a short rat man and I find it funny? God. For all we know, Madame Herda could be making a move again.
No, we're still not quite there.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on?
Indeed, this is only a minor ripple that no one will ever notice. So, you must also understand, for a genius, the importance of asking questions outweighs the importance of the answers themselves. So-called magic has its own set of principles. There are no mysteries in this universe that cannot be solved. So,
What is going on? Is she okay.
all-seeing presence. I ask you this. What is divinity?
Isn't that the Golden Gears thing? Inside the simulated universe? Oh boy. Fugue. That's Naus, the Aeon of Erudition. Oh, okay. So what's she doing getting in contact with that? Alright. That was a really good patch. Other than like the missing voice lines, which is kind of sad. It was good. She's his emanator. Yeah, I know that. But I'm just like, why now is she contacting? Why is she fusing all of why is she bringing herself back into her normal form to contact Naus? It's kind of sus. Yeah. How long does this take, Coma? Erudition is involved with M4 somehow. Well, yeah, I know, but like, I understand it's gonna be coming up when the next patch comes out, but like, why is she deciding now of all times? I guess, unless you're like saying like, Erudition and like she's asking for information. Because I don't think it's about. I don't think she's contacting him about Amphorius. This seems a little more worrisome. Is the impression I'm getting. 2 to 3 hours? Yikes. Is it all cutscenes? I didn't even do this one. It's pretty fun. I don't think I'll stream it. I'll hop off stream and probably do it. Because if I start the event, I don't want to stop. It's basically Balatro. What are you doing here, child?
Did I sleep for long? The sofas here in the Express are too comfy. After falling asleep, even my dreams are soft and cuddly.
What did you dream of?
All kinds of sights. A lush forest after a cooling rain. Green pastures, and little foxes. And then, the dreams started to twirl and fade away. Then I woke up.
Started on stream. I want to see you react to the opening cutscenes. Okay.
In most dreams, I just go from one mask to another.
Okay.
But that's fun too. The mask dreams connect.
If there's opening cutscenes, then yeah, I'll do it.
Like you're walking in a maze. Maybe one day, I'll find the way out.
I don't. Dreams
When
like
you're
that
free
scare me awake.
sometime, I'll take you to one of my favorite scary places to test your mettle. What do you say? Oh, I just received another message. Let me see what kind of fun is inside this time.
Passenger cabin. I don't think this is the right way. I have no idea. We'll find out. Nope. Other way. There's some cutscenes within the game as well. Some random reactions to events within the event. Every time I come here, I can't help but marvel just how spacious this car is. Yeah, it also feels wider than the other cars. How is this even physically possible?
Welcome to the party car, Nameless. Would you like to have a drink, a snack, or commence party time?
Party time!
It's party time! You're the only nameless here. We can't start a party with only one person. Perhaps next time, then. This brings to mind a joke. Someone asked the Nameless, "How many names are on your guest list?" The Nameless shrugged and said, "None. They were all nameless." I hope you enjoy your time in the party car, dear Nameless. We may not be able to get a party started right now, but please feel free to relax and unwind here. This used to be called the meeting car, until my previous master came along thinking they wouldn't need an entire car for meetings among just a handful of Nameless. That's when my previous master made the decision to rename it the party car.
The party car. You actually, who are you?
I'm merely a drinksmith robot who has been doing his best to provide impeccable service to the Nameless for several Ember eras. Should I introduce myself again?
Maybe later.
Of course. As you wish. I should mention that the conductor and Miss March 7th went up to your room looking for you a short while ago. Perhaps you should go and see them, to save them the hassle of looking all over the place for you.
Ah! There she is! Ah! You!
Every time we meet, your memories get richer.
Do you want to sit and talk? Yeah. About Black Swan? Yes, I want to know more about you. How's life on the Express? Caldborn, but just been uneventful. Luckily, a certain Miss Trailblazer often stops by, bringing her vibrant energy to lift the spirits of this lonely passenger. And she keeps visiting me until I find my place in her memory. You're intrigued by the remembrance as well. Maybe you're destined to follow their path. A good rule of thumb is to uncover others' paths, not just with words, but with your heart. The cremators. I get why you'd be curious about them. People don't usually have nice things to say about the cremators. But until you're ready, I highly recommend not inquiring about them. Having this memory could reveal your presence before you. The hitchhiking. Oh, don't tell me I'm supposed to pay for the ride. Memo Keeper. You wish to know more about her? Well, yes, we've already met. But sadly, I can't indulge your curiosity. As Memo Keepers, we can't pry into each other's plans. Just so you know, I haven't sensed anything that comes off as a threat in her. No need to be concerned about that. Looks like someone is a little impatient. But as the Navigator said, it is best for us to prepare as best as we can for now. Patience and elegance can give people an irresistible charm. Perhaps you should consider slowing down a bit. I want a glimpse into my destiny. While I do have some knowledge of divination, I'm no expert, and I don't really believe in a predetermined future. Compared to the future, I find your past more intriguing. That's all. Cool. My room's so fucking empty. Bruh. There's nothing in here. Swarm disaster. That's weird. Go back up to the party car? Oh, it just glitched out, did it? Okay. There's Sunday over there. You.
There you are! Pom-Pom has been looking for you all day!
I literally just came up here. You weren't in here. What made you think I'd be here?
Are you daydreaming? This is your room, silly! Where else would we go to look for you if not here?
I have my own room now?
Of course you have one. You're part of the crew. Aww, looking at this mess reminds Pom-Pom of the time when they first joined the Nameless.
Do space comedy? I remember that. It was shortly after I boarded the Express. Some, or maybe a long time ago.
I'd heard noises coming from the ventilation ducts, which made me wonder if something was hiding in there. Curiosity got the better of me, and I climbed up to take a look. And then I got stuck.
So did you find anything out of the ordinary in there? Any thoughts to share on the matter by North? I just wanted to explore the place. I'm glad we found ourselves a natural at trailblazing.
Don't go encouraging her. All right. Today's a happy day, so Pom-Pom won't spoil it with lectures. I've gathered everyone here today because I have an announcement to make. It was terribly remiss of the conductor to have left her without a room of her own on the Express.
She seems pretty happy with the current arrangement, though.
I like the vents. No, she isn't.
Go on, Himiko. Ask the golden question.
But I think the conductor should be the one to do the honor instead.
Then here goes. Will you join the Astral Express crew as a nameless?
I thought I was already part of the crew.
Not so easy. You can't call yourself a nameless until you've cleared the 18 Sentinels Mr. Yang trial.
Which reminds me, March hasn't cleared it yet either. I'll set it up a little later. Tomorrow afternoon, you can be the first one to give it a shot.
By North is sus confirmed.
Please don't.
She's
I
venting.
was just joking.
You don't have to give us an answer right away. Becoming a nameless signifies leaving the past behind to blaze a trail into the future.
Exploring the far corners of the universe will seem more exciting than just looking out for yourself.
You'll step out of your comfort zone to set forth on adventures into uncharted territories.
Your home will no longer be the places you know and love, but the distant stars.
Above all else, becoming a nameless means the responsibilities you'll bear far outweigh the rewards you'll reap. Now that you know all of this, do you still wish to become a nameless?
Yes, I do.
Aw, yay! I'm sure we'll be the bestest trailblazing buddies.
Since she has made her decision, let's gather round and formally welcome the Astral Express crew's newest member! Are you ready for your initiation into the Nameless?
Do I need to do something to prove my loyalty?
Yep. When I joined, I had to crush ya. Just kidding. Why would you even think that? We're not a crime syndicate.
Let's recite the Trailblazer Creed. Now, please repeat after Pom-Pom.
It's kind of cringy. Can I skip this part? I'll behave myself for now.
No matter the ebb and flow of fate, stop staying within the lines. 2. Even in the face of tempestuous seas, we always align.
It's just the lyrics to Interstellar Journey.
Even if we don't gain the upper hand, we'll fight for right. 4. Even if forgotten by the world, never care a rap for hindsight. 5. No matter how bleak the cosmos may get, let us light the night. 6. Even when there are wheels within wheels, go ahead.
May this journey
lead us starward.
This is kinda cringy. You think we can drop this part of the initiation next time?
Hey, March 7th, don't ruin the moment. Ahem. You are now officially a nameless. Welcome to the crew.
All right, let's get back on track. Now that you're a nameless on the Astral Express, it's only right that you have a room of your own.
That's right. Pom-Pom is so glad that she finally has a place of her own.
It's just that the current Express has far fewer cars compared to the past. The passenger cabin only has 4 rooms. Well, 3, technically, since Dan Heng has been sleeping in the archives.
It doesn't bother me, though. Staying in the parlor car doesn't sound half bad.
Don't even think about it. The parlor car is for receiving guests.
Her room doesn't have to be in the passenger cabin, actually.
He's right. There's an unused room on the second level of the party car that you can move into. Let's go over and check it out.
Into the party car.
Greetings, my nameless friends. My, look at those sunny smiles. Has something good happened? Don't tell me. Is it finally party time? How about a joke to kick off the party? I have just the one for you. Behold, a night of beauty on this night of beauty. Night and night sound the same. Get it?
Shush. Thank you. Maybe we should reformat its system before allowing it to manage the car.
Reformatting me will wipe all user data, including their eating habits, energy expenditure plans, metabolic rates, and more. Mishandling during the reformatting process may also lead to serious consequences, including but not limited to disruption of the life support system and derailment of the Express. The loss of dietary data may even result in a new subsysteleron disaster. I'm sure you've already realized, but that was just a joke for before the party begins.
Here we go again. Select reformat.
Thank you for all the time we've spent together. May your journey hereafter be a pleasant one. You may now resume reformatting.
No! No!
Thank you for aborting the reformat operation. Rest assured, I shall continue to serve the crew diligently.
Why is there only one option? All this excitement really takes Pom Pom back to the old days, when this car was still known as the meeting car. The passengers would gather here and eagerly debate over their next destination.
There's a large storeroom that is not in use on the upper level of this car. I think it'll make a fitting room. What about all the junk in there? The conductor has amassed a mountain of knickknacks over the years, thinking that they'll eventually be useful. We're overdue for some decluttering anyway.
But I bet it won't take long for you to fill this room up with your own clutter.
There won't be enough space to fit all of us. March, you and the conductor should go with Bynorth to see our new room.
Okay, it's this way. Follow me.
Ta-da! We're here!
See? I wasn't kidding when I said this is the largest room on the Express. You could even fit a doomsday beast in here.
It's bigger than I imagined. Or larger than I imagined.
Right? Even if you put a couple doomsday beasts in here, you'd still have room to spare.
Pom-Pom, you aren't actually thinking about keeping those things as pets.
The room is admittedly kind of messy right now. But so is everybody else's when they first boarded the Express. My room may look pretty fancy now, but that's because I put a lot of effort into designing it myself.
Ahem! May I remind you that your expenses on lifestyle essentials have grossly exceeded your Express Fund budget?
Carpets, pillows, rocking chairs, and jumbo pom-pom toys are lifestyle essentials, aren't they?
Do you really need over 20 pillows, though?
Yes, absolutely.
Of course I do. How else would I have pillow fights?
In any case, to prevent such situations from happening again, I must reiterate the rules for accessing the Express Fund. Firstly, the conductor is in charge of all resource allocation within the Express. If you need any renovation work done, look for Pom-Pom. Secondly, since you're now officially a member of the Astral Express, you must be responsible for your share of duties aboard. Only then can you exchange the corresponding amount of Express funds for supplies from Pom-Pom.
Unless you want to sleep in a cardboard box, I suggest prioritizing the renovation of your bedroom first. Wait a second. Pom-Pom will provide her with the renovation funds. Then she will use those funds to pay Pom-Pom for the renovations. What's the point of that? Just get the conductor to renovate her room directly.
This is called procedural justice.
What? At any rate, I'm now a member of the Astral Express crew, and I even have my own room to boot. I'll just make do for today. Tomorrow I'll clean the place up and build myself a nice, cozy bedroom. Soon or much later. This moment in the still messy, unfurnished room.
Jeez. You love to procrastinate.
Yeah, we went through like 3 planets. I forgot that I have my own room now. Actually, I just want to avoid doing my duties. I clicked the wrong one.
But Pom-Pom also knows that the first step is always the hardest.
That is why we're here today. To help you with taking that first step.
Pom-Pom has prepared a starter fund to help you kickstart the renovation. You can use it to set up your bedroom.
And thank you, conductor.
Appreciation is better shown with actions. We're getting that bedroom done one way or another.
Let's get to it then.
Yay! Let's do this!
I'm clicking the fucking check mark. Just do it. Oh.
We're finally done. She has finally taken her first step toward completing the renovation of her bed. Pom-Pom is so glad. I was worried I might never see this room get completed.
One small we're still lacking a pillow in here. Although someone who can sleep comfortably on a cardboard box probably doesn't need one.
Let's just leave it for now. And get one tomorrow?
No can do. If we drag... Here, use this pillow for now. It's a good thing there's no shortage of pillows in my room. I told you pillows were essentials.
Oh, not bad! Hurry and place the pillow on your bed.
Time for me to see if this pillow matches your bedroom.
You've done well today. Get an early rest tonight.
There's a ton of duties to do tomorrow. You won't slip away this time.
It's getting late, so we'll see you later.
Sweet dreams.
Bye-bye. I go to sleep now. Strange ceiling. I have a vague feeling they'll become the ceiling you know best in the future. Sleep. Good night, Astral Express. No dreams tonight. Day 2. What a great night's sleep. Looks like today's my turn for duty. I'm feeling so lazy and just want to chill. But if I skip again, Pom-Pom's going to lose it. Better just suck it up and do my part. What's that on the table? Computer. Astral Express duty roster. The roster. Did you come to bring me breakfast? In the afternoon. This will track the room's renovation time and bring up progress. It's a Mario Party? I have no idea. Oh, I see. Okay. Exhaust the old man. You want to use the cards to skip along the bar at the top. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, the character puts will come into play in a moment. Okay. Okay. These are the types of cutscenes you'll get during this event, these little slices of life. Okay. Why has he got his spear out? Termites. Mental says discard cards you don't want. Oh, okay. Sumptuous literal pastures. A sumptuous Chinese meal. Why would there be detergent in there? That's a bigger priority than, like, having a place for people to sit. A giant pom-pom. Most bedrooms, like an energy car. Listen, bit tips, sorry. Okay. I'm gonna stop the stream there, but I'm gonna try to finish up this event today because there's so many primos. And also that, if I can get it, would be really nice. But we do have enough for another pull. One more pull. Oh, Penacony, I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you so dearly. Hold on. We're not right before we call it. Let's watch it one more time. For old time's sake. One last time. Let's see it. Goodbye, Penacony. It's been a long year.
No past and no future. That's what I need. The groove takes it over. We'll wait and see. Even I might blank out you and me.
I'm sleepy.
That dream could light away. Take me higher. Take me away. Whoa. Oh, be my savior. Take me away. Take me away.
I'll call you Ranch. Thank you, Penacony. And I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.